Hello and welcome. For this practice, I invite you to find a comfortable seat on the floor, on a yoga mat, just wherever. An option here to grab some props. I'm going to be using lots of props today. So maybe a blanket or two. If you have some yoga blocks or books, any alternative is just fine here. And then a yoga bolster or a firm pillow, cushion. Again, anything works here, whatever you have lying around your house, or again, option not to use props. You can just kind of notice how you feel as we get settled in here. So go ahead, and for this first posture, we are going to, if you're using props, we're going to use the bolster or pillow, whatever you have available. And go ahead and place that behind you. And we are going to move into a supported fish here. So I am going to lie back over this bolster. Make sure whatever you have, whatever prop you have here, is nice and firm against you before you lay back. And as you start to get settled, just start to notice how this feels here. So the other option that you can have here is to bring the bottoms of your feet together. So the soles of your feet are touching and your knees open up wide to the side. So this opens up your pelvis, your hips. This is a really wonderful posture to let go, to open up, and just to really check in with yourself, how your day has been, whatever you need this practice for. This is a great posture to open up into. Option, if you find that your knees are wide apart and you want some extra support for your hips, you can always grab those blocks or anything and place them under your knees for a little extra support. And as you continue to settle in here, restorative yoga is full of lots of stillness and lots of silence. So as much as you can, I invite you to let your shoulders go here. Let your whole body be nice and heavy, nice and grounded. Notice that opening in your chest, maybe your hips, maybe your pelvis. And I invite you to let everything go here for these next couple minutes. And I will check in with you in just a couple minutes for the next posture. Wherever you are at here, I invite you to slowly start to bring awareness just to your breath here. So maybe take a couple of deeper inhales and exhales. Maybe start to wiggle just a little bit through your fingers, through your toes. Option to roll out your wrists here. And then any other movements, I am stretching my arms up overhead here. Just starting to slowly bring some movement, some awakeness to your body here. And as you're ready, option to stay here for longer. Always the option to stay in these postures longer. You can pause the video and resume when you're ready. If you're ready to fully come out of this, you can start to help your knees back up to center if they were wide apart. Again, any small movements that you need here. And we are going to slowly make our way up to a seat. Again, take your time here. When you arrive in a seat, option 2, bring a little bit of stretch, anything that feels good here. Maybe you want to move your head and neck and shoulders, maybe just move your head side to side. Again, any sort of upper body stretches, movements that feel really nice here. Maybe a twist to the side or two. And then as you're ready, we're going to make our way to a forward fold, a supported forward fold. So I am going to be using all of my props for this. Again, you can not use any props if you just want to take a regular forward fold without that. For me, it feels a lot more supportive to use my props. You can see here, I have my bolster between my legs, my feet, and I am just stacking all of my props. So again, this is my favorite way to come into a supported forward fold. You can see I am stacking my blocks over my bolster, and then to get it extra comfortable, I'm placing my blanket over top as well. An option as you settle in here, I again like to let my forehead just rest comfortably on top. For you, maybe it's your forehead, or maybe you would rather lay to the side, maybe letting one of your cheeks rest gently on top. Your knees can be bent, they can be straight. Just check in with yourself. Check in with your body here. And just ask yourself, is there anything I need to change or modify to help this feel extra supportive for me here? And as you continue to settle in, again, we will be here for several minutes in stillness, in silence, inviting some calm, inviting some grounding, and inviting a release of anything you would no longer like to hold on to here. Just a reminder, there's no right or wrong to this. If you feel like you need to wiggle fingers or toes, if you have any sort of movement, that's okay. But as much as you can, allow yourself to just be. There's nothing to do, nowhere to be. I'll check back in with you in just a few minutes. invite you to, again, stay here. If you'd like to stay for longer, you can totally stay for longer. If you're ready to slowly start to come out of this posture, I invite you just to bring awareness to your breath. Maybe start to deepen your inhales, your exhales. Maybe start to wiggle through your toes, through your fingers. And then ever so slowly, you can start to, if your head is resting on top of your props, you can slowly start to pull your head away. So almost like you're sitting up, but you're leaving your spine nice and round. So you're still really rounded, slightly folded over, and then slowly, gently start to come all the way up, vertebra by vertebra. Your head and neck are the last to arrive. Take it slow here. Start to blink your eyes open. Maybe move a little bit in your neck, your shoulders. If it feels good to maybe take a twist from one side to the other. Again, just anything that feels good here. Just a couple more rounds of breath. And then we're going to move into our last posture together. So, option to take any variation here. We are going to be laying back down. I am going to take a, it has several names, sage twist, supported side lying child's pose. There's lots of different names for this one, but you can leave your bolster where it's at or whatever prop you have, and just come to rest on one of your hips here. So just kind of resting slightly to the side, sitting to the side, and then you're going to lay over your bolster or whatever prop you have. Option to ditch the prop, and you can just lay sort of in a fetal shape on the floor if that feels really comfortable. Bring any props you want in here. You can grab a blanket or two, place it between your knees or over top of you. You can even grab a couple of pillows, almost like you're tucking yourself into bed here. And just like before, check in with yourself. Notice if this feels supportive. Notice if you can fully let go of your entire body here, starting from the top of your head all the way down into your arms, your torso, your hips, your legs, all the way into your feet. And again, I invite you to let whatever you need to, let it go. Release anything that you no longer want to hold on to today, this week, wherever you're at. And we will be here for just a few more minutes, and I will check back in with you shortly. Wherever you are at here, I invite you to bring awareness back to your breath. Option to stay for longer. If you're ready to wake your body up, slowly start to wiggle through your fingers, through your toes. Start to blink your eyes open. Notice your surroundings here. Then as you're ready, plant your hands next to you. You're slowly and gently starting to push yourself back up into a seat. Take a moment here as we join together in a seat. Just kind of notice how you feel. Option, maybe rub your hands together really gently here. Get the blood flowing back into your body. And then as you're ready, I invite you to place the palms of your hands down on tops of your legs here. And let's just take a few rounds of breath together. Inhaling deeply through your nose. Exhaling through your mouth. Take this a couple more rounds at your own pace. Inhaling deeply through your nose. Exhaling through your mouth. If there's any natural movements that your body needs here, maybe rolling your shoulders, maybe reaching your arms up to the sky, I invite you to take that. Maybe 1 or 2 more rounds of breath. And then if you're ready, I invite you to bring the palms of your hands together in front of you. Thank you so much for joining me, for showing up for yourself, and I will see you next time.